Okay, I'm gonna be really honest with myself. Whatever it is that I'm doing in the gym, it's clearly not working. Program-wise, resting-wise, the whole thing, it's not working. This is evidenced by me losing performance session to session, week to week. And I know that we don't live in a perfect world in which you can just go to the gym, lift weights, go home, eat, rest, rinse and repeat. We don't live in a perfect world. We have daily stresses that impact our recovery. We have poor dietary choices, and we have suboptimal lifting environments. Like waiting for equipment, stuff like that, people around you, distraction, everything. We don't live in a perfect world. I do get that. And so your performance is not going to be stellar 100% of the time. You're going to have good and bad session. But when it is a consistent trend in which I notice that every single time I go to the gym, I lose performance comparatively to the last session for every single muscle group, chest, legs, back, shoulders, every single thing, I lose performance. I either fail a rep or I lose a rep, or my reps become more grindy than last time. So clearly, whatever that I'm doing right now is not working, and I have to be honest with myself. And I make myself cringe thinking about this. I'm probably gonna have to jump on a program. I know. I'm gonna have to swallow my pride, drop my ego, and follow a time-tested program in which many people have used, and many people have sworn that this has helped them to make good progress, And one program comes to mind, 5-3-1. It's like the most common powerlifting program out there. It's not like a pure powerlifting. It's more like for general strength. If you want to try to get better at the bench press, the squat, the deadlift, the overhead press in general, then this is probably a good training protocol to follow. I'm not going to be following the program down to a T. Maybe I need to modify it a little bit, but the progression scheme sounds pretty good to me. It is not a balls to the wall sort of training style. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, for the past couple of weeks I had this mentality of going to the gym and beating my previous session, and sure, that might be a good thing, but forced adaptation is probably not the way to go about it. I mean, an increase in performance is indicative of you becoming better. It's not you forcing yourself to lift more weight that's going to make you stronger. You lifting more weight is a result of proper training. So I like a program with periodization, and have a program that has waves. So you don't actually going in and trying to beat your previous personal record every single week, like what I was trying to do. And of course, like, if you test your maxes every single week, if you max out either your 5 rep max or your 3 rep max or your 1 rep max, if any form of maxing out is not building strength, it's actually testing strength, and you're actually losing recovery points. You're actually losing something that goes towards muscle building or strength building, So I really do need to switch up my program, and it is a huge hit to my ego. Anyways, yeah, you can probably see on the screen, I lose a rep today on the squat, and my squat reps became very ugly. Yeah. Anyways, I hung out with my ex-band mates yesterday, and we basically talked shit about one of our other ex-band mates. Boys they do gossip sometimes. It's not just a girl thing. Boys do gossip sometimes. Fuck, this guy is riding up my ass. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Man, I'm losing my patience. I shouldn't be recording while I'm driving. Sorry for that roid rage. No, I'm not on roid, by the way. Do I look like I'm on roids? Come on, be honest. Be honest. I look like I'm on roids, right? Right? Please say that I'm on roids. Please. Anyways. I talked to my ex-bandmate yesterday. We had a lovely dinner, but on the way, we were driving to the beach and back, and we were talking shit about our other bandmates. And man, I feel bad for the guy being talked shit about. The man was not even there to defend himself, and we just talk crap about him. And I feel so bad, and I feel so guilty. Anyways, we talked about how unreliable he was, how fickle he was. And my other bandmate who was with me in the car, he said he's stupid, as in like unintelligent. And he said you should have invited someone who's more intelligent to hang out with us when we go to places. That really makes me, firstly, question the character of the guy who was sitting with me at the time. If he says this about the people we hang out with, what is he gonna say about me? Yeah. Sure, he might be lower intelligent than us. It might be a valid observation. Yes, he might be on the spectrum and stuff like that. But yeah, just full on roasting the guy. He was not there. And then also there was something that he said which triggers old emotions, something that was buried deep within me, something that perhaps I was really insecure about. This exact same sort of words were said by the girl who rejected me for the first time, the first girl that to broke my heart, you know, the girl in Vietnam. I think I told you guys about this. These exact same words, or the meaning behind these words, was said to me by this girl. Basically what my bandmates who was sitting with me yesterday said to me: if your friend group doesn't have someone who's smarter than you, that means you're not doing very well. And I completely agree with him. I understand exactly what he means by this. I am all for self-development, and I'm all for continually getting better, becoming a better version of yourself by surrounding yourself with positive people who will motivate you, who will challenge your mind, who will allow you to grow into a better version of yourself, someone who will welcome this growth. I'm all for that. I'm all for that 100%. But what I don't agree with, though, I have to tell you this, what I don't agree with is this mentality of only befriending people who are better than you so that you can benefit from this person. That is not an equal relationship. That I disagree with. And if you only befriend people so that their success can rub off on you, maybe they are very popular with chicks. Maybe if you hang out with them, you can get a little bit of this breadcrumb. You can get some of that breadcrumb, you know. Maybe you only befriend this person because you can financially gain something from them, you know. Such relationships are not equal, and I don't care what you think. I think they are not sustainable, healthy friendships. I don't think so. Sure, there's a little bit of things, there's a little bit of benefits to your life, and I do understand why you want to be in such relationships. But if you only be friend with people so that their successes can rub off on you and you can gain something from them, I don't think those are friendships. I think you are using that person, or that person is manipulating you in some way. But yeah, the first girl that I fancied, I hung out with her when I went back home after a couple of years of studying abroad, and we went on this lunch date. And already during the date, she was pulling out her phone, checking her portfolios, her Bitcoin portfolio and cryptocurrency wallets and stuff like that. I don't really understand it at the time. But yeah, she was checking the stock and checking everything. That's already a bad sign. It shows me that she's not interested. But back then I was naive. You know, like you gotta live and learn. Back then I was naive. I didn't realize this, but I still tried my luck. I still tried to weasel my way into her life and try to talk to her, and you know, she was not interested. That's the first sign. If a girl pulls out her phone to check her stock market portfolio and Bitcoin wallets, she's not interested in you. And there are some other signs, like she was telling me she was talking to this guy who's in Canada, who's much older than her, but he's very successful. He knows about stock markets, he knows about money and finance. Already I feel like I'm not on her level. And then she hits me with one of these. I asked her, do you still hang out with your primary school friends? Any of them? Any of our primary school friends? And she said, nope. I stopped hanging out with them after, I don't know, the first year of high school. And then she said, anyone who doesn't add anything to my life, I'm not gonna be friend with them. They're not worth my time. Maybe it's not that serious. It's more like a passing remark. She said it casually, like a joke almost. But there was something within it that made me feel uneasy, made me feel insecure about myself. She might not have explicitly said it, but I know it implies something about me. It makes me feel insecure because clearly I'm not on her level and she's not valuing me. She doesn't want me in her life because I'm not on her level. She's only befriending people who are on her levels, and I'm not one of those people. So when my bandmates said this yesterday, if your friend group doesn't have someone who's smarter than you in that friend group, you're not doing very well. I felt the same emotion. This triggered some old, deep insecurities within me. And yeah, it made me feel uneasy. It made me feel bad for the guy who was not there to defend himself when we talk shit about him. Sure, he might be lower intelligence than us, but when I think about friends, he might not be the best person to work with, but if you really open your eyes, if you really get to know this person, you will learn that every single person in this earth, no matter how insignificant, they all have something to teach you, and you just have to be open-minded. And friendships, it shouldn't be this one-way street. Kids, yeah, it shouldn't be this one-way street. He might not be very reliable, but he's a very compassionate person, and he means well. He's on the spectrum. He doesn't get social cues, but he means well. He's very considerate. I could have said something like that, but I didn't defend him. Yeah, I do feel bad. I do feel bad for those people who struggle to make friends. I do feel bad for those who struggle to read social cues. I do really feel bad for them. They're not there. They don't get it. They're built different. But they have something else. They have something else to teach us. Everybody has something to teach me. Anyways, if you just restrict your friend groups to people who are better than you, and you think of only me, what can I gain from this person? Yeah, I don't know, man. For me personally, I feel like that is not fulfilling enough. I want to give something. I want to help others as well. And it's just not realistic. You're not gonna find exceptional people everywhere. Most people are regular ass people. They're not billionaires, they're not some brilliant minds. So yeah, I try to be friends with as many people as possible. I like to open my mind, I like to learn from different people, expanding my horizon. I'm all for that. I'm all for challenging myself, meeting people who will challenge my ideologies and elevate me to a higher understanding of the world. But yeah, you're not gonna meet those people all the time, and sometimes you gotta help others as well. Anyways, enough rambling. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay strong, God bless, and I'll speak to you soon. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are safe and loved, and just be, man. I have complete faith in you.